Hello, I'm Richard McMillan, also known as Karl Marx, and I'm here to talk about my paper that I've done from Module 7, which is about Volkswagen and the buggy bunker. Obviously, Volkswagen is the German car that was shipped over, the largest foreign car brought into the United States in the 60s, 70s, and even to the 80s. About 10% of the total number of cars were just VW Beetles. My father is going to open up a shop called the Buggy Bunker. Now, my dad had a very interesting life. He graduated high school during the Depression at 16 years old. The next year, he was living off the streets of Seattle, and it rains in Seattle. 1942, he enlisted in the Army and was put in the Army Air Corps, where he was a bombardier, dropping bombs on Italy and Austria. Oddly enough, the B-24 that he flew in was built by the Henry Ford Company. So this ties into mass production of automobiles and of airplanes. After the war, he got married, had children, and went into the entire 1950 syndrome, where he was working for 30 years in the food service industry, selling food to grocery stores and such. And then one day he decided he had enough and wanted to open his own business. He had a partner who was also in the automotive business, and they had just signed a lease, and he got cold feet, and his partner decided he'd rather work for someone else than work for himself. Well, my dad had signed the lease, so he was kind of stuck. And he drove home one day and passed an old VW, a junky VW, and he said, "That's the market. That's where cars are going to be fixed." And he was right. In 1970, November of 1970, he made his first cash sale of Volkswagen parts. And from there, things are going to go his way. Inflation under Nixon started rising up after Watergate. Under Gerald Ford, it got to 12%. And then with Jimmy Carter, it almost hit 17%. And interest rates were even higher. So people are now pulling old VWs out of their garage and fixing them up. People are buying VWs online, or not online, on the newspapers, and people are really serious about it because VWs got much better gas mileage. Why did that matter? Because the Organization of Arab Petroleum Exporting Countries got angry that Nixon had signed a loan of $2 billion to Israel, so they upped the price of oil. A barrel of oil went from just under $3 to about $12 a barrel. That is going to be shocking, and it is also going to increase gasoline prices like mad. So suddenly, Volkswagens were popular again. They were affordable, you could fix them yourself, and they got better gas mileage than anything from the big three automakers. In the 1980s, the price of gas started coming down, interest rates came down, and so the market kind of cooled off. And in 1982, my father is going to pass away from a heart attack, which now meant that I was now running the business. We had expanded to 2 stores, and just at the time that the Volkswagen parts and accessory business started to cool off. Thank you very much.